Man, this shit is crazy. And before I begin, shout out to the THPP Network Studios, as well as Corey Holcomb. I'll put the link to both their full videos in the description box. But yeah, it's funny how Brick Lady got exposed for being a scammer, yet her support group is so dead set into believing that she's still innocent, she's still a victim. Even after when the whole truth comes out. But I'm gonna break down how how these group of sad individuals let not only a foreigner, but a foreigner of the same sex, not opposite sex, but same sex, put their asses in such a fucked up position. No more. Let's stop babbling and let's get into it, shall we?
All you people who are not qualified, it shows when you start running your mouth. The Brick Lady. That story took off because of a lot of unqualified people being able to speak on what happened. The Brick Lady was the recipient of lames and unqualified fools having a word on social media.
And Corey Holcomb ain't lying about that either. I believe K. Reno said it best. When the real truth came out, surprise, surprise, they can't believe their eyes, but they believe the lie, which now led to broken ties. And yes, we all know about the Brick Lady, so there's no need for me to explain it. But it's amazing. It's amazing. So amazing. It's amazing. So amazing that they let a foreigner who's not even part of the community convince them that what happened to her is going to happen to them. And it gotten so much out of hand to a point to where after the real truth comes out, now they wonder why they're in the position that they're in now. I'm just saying, but let's continue.
We don't know which one of you quote unquote nice guys isn't above picking up a brick and hitting a woman because she wouldn't give you her number. What?
Lady, that wasn't a brick. That was a bottle. But these sad, retarded, fuck-ass individuals will be the Amazon Prime examples here.
Why do we have to pretend that we like you to survive? I'll never hold yourself accountable.
Maybe because of the fact that y'all were the same ones who want these black men to put their lives on the line for you, even though y'all were the same ones that treat them like shit. And no, I stand by my guns. I stand by my guns on this matter. Y'all want to treat black men like shit? Then don't cry about why they're not protecting you. In fact, everyone has spoken. You ain't gonna treat them like shit and then expect for them to protect you in each and every situation. Keep in mind, who claimed to be strong and independent? Who claimed that they don't need a man? They got this. So why are they crying now? But let's continue.
Ro didn't scam anyone. Ro didn't lie. She has received no money from her GoFundMe.
Yes, the retarded fuckery in this one is real. So she's gonna stand right there and claim that she didn't get no money, no GoFundMe money, even though her GoFundMe is out there is out there circulating in social media for everyone to see. But she wants to convince everybody that she's not asking for GoFundMe money. Ma'am, have several seats and shut the fuck up forever. Let's continue.
Men are dangerous. Women are afraid of men. They find a way to blame the woman for getting hurt. And they peddle this idea that you need a man to protect you from the scary men that are out there.
Yeah, that was the same woman that was going around slapping other men. That was the same woman that called herself getting into an altercation with a man until she got that bottle, not brick, bottle, right into her face. And you can't sit there and say that she's scared or she's a victim, especially when CCTV footage caught her trying to go at a man like she's a man herself. So please miss us with all this. Let's continue.
That if you piss off your protector man, he then becomes the man that you need protecting against.
The brick lady came on there and said somebody hit her with a brick and her skin wasn't bust open. The streets.
That's the same thing I said. And I've seen people get hit with bricks. Yes, I literally see motherfuckers get hit with bricks. And believe me, the scar left behind with bricks, bleeding, broken or fractured bones, that's a sign of a person getting hit with a brick. But when the brick lady claimed she got hit with a brick, all we saw was just a big ass bump. And if she was really hit in the face with a brick, she wouldn't be talking. If she was really hit in the face with a brick, then she wouldn't be able to talk, period. But that's baffling. All she got was a bump by a brick. Even I'm not convinced by that shit. Let's continue.
You know that a rock, brick, etc. is going to open the skin no matter how it lands on the skin. It would have been blood. When people talking to you and you just listening to them, you at a disadvantage. When somebody talk to you, you're supposed to look at them.
I'm like, how dare y'all come at this black woman and y'all don't even have the facts? And let's say, hypothetically speaking, everything was lied, isn't it? They think it's a scammer.
Yeah, black people, we love scamming. We talk about scamming all the time. Since when do we have a problem with scamming? I want black people to scam. They scammed us. And that's why.
I hope everybody's taking notes to all this because it's funny. You don't see no leftover scarring or anything, but she was hit by a brick. Now they crying about people claiming that she's a scammer, which she is, and their retarded fuck asses can't take it. But let's continue.
I always lie to the people of the global minority and men.
Brick lady, if you look at her, you see the bull she talking. Her story was so inconsistent for us who got the third eye, but the lames got pages. The lames took it hook, line, and sinker.
Even if she's a troublemaker, even if you gotta know, you gotta know somebody getting hit with a brick is a step too far. But men's ego shouldn't be so fragile.
Several months later,
she's still lying. Those men were right. Can't rush to conclusions because of things you see on social media.
Damn, they got Charlamagne the God doubling back. Charlamagne God is going doubling back. I mean, I live for this. People say one thing, and then further down the lane, they got to double back to what they say and try to correct themselves when the actual truth comes out. This is the reason why Uncle JD is not going to just rush to conclusions with anything. Yeah, I'll hear the first part, then hear the second part. By the time the third part comes out and everything's clear, that's when I give my take on the matter. This is why you don't see me rushing to make videos just have to come back and try to retract what I said earlier. If most people learn how to do, if most of these fools out here can learn how to do this strategy perfectly, they wouldn't have to make retraction videos about what they said earlier. But y'all get what I'm saying. Let's continue.
Pick these sides and don't have any facts. Feelings aren't facts. Folks talk about things they have no clue of with such confidence.
Greetings, you polite savages, and welcome.
That includes you too, Charlamagne the God, because as we all seen, you was the same one who ended up had to retract your last message when it came to this situation. But let's continue.
To another tip talk.
At first, the Breakfast Club was on her side, but then they go backtrack and say that we're manipulated just on how they handled this situation as lame.
That lady face shows life been kicking her ass before. Shows life been kicking her ass before the brick. Don't she got them blunted out gums and lips too? Soon as she started talking and she said what happened, I said, what was you doing in the streets? Every woman that's in the streets, you in the battle zone. If you're a woman alone in the streets, you in the battle zone. What was you doing in the streets? When you leave out your house, you're supposed to have a destination. After you leave your destination, you're supposed to be on your way back home. What was you doing in the streets?
You thought I was sleeping? You be sleeping a bunch. I'm in the streets. I be doing too much. I be out here. I don't give a.
Whenever I see a woman just hanging in the street.
I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy too, consider the fact that she's out here wilding out after getting hit by a brick, as if nothing happened. But let these retarded fucks tell you something different. Let's continue.
I'm already thinking, oh, this for the street. She out here. How a brick not gonna open your skin? She got pregnant in the face. From throat action, if you ask me. That's what I told her.
And it was all a matter of logic. You see, we were just asking logical questions. Questions that if you came up thinking critical, you were going to ask anyway. But what happened? A group of women and some simps called us inappropriate, disruptive, disrespectful, offensive, unethical, inconsiderate, aggressive, rude, destructive, and irresponsible just for asking questions.
She say all these men stood around and watched some dude hit her with a brick. Like we all cake it like that. If a whole bunch of
And that was the first telltale sign. Because usually, especially where I'm from, if someone did that shit out of nowhere, then guess what? The men will respond. But there's a reason why the men didn't respond in this situation. Need I say more? Let's continue.
black men watch somebody hit you with a brick, that means you was so bogus, it's ridiculous. Because niggas will come help you to f you. Niggas will f you while you bleeding out the side of the face.
In other words, that you would be perfectly fine with watching a man beat a woman as long as you're not smashing that woman. These are the men that y'all want us to pick. That's they're going to provide.
Says a woman who thinks she's entitled to protection, while at the same time, 9 times out of 10, this is the same woman who looks at black men as pure shit. And no, as I stated before, and I'm sticking to my guns. Y'all want to talk shit about black men? then don't think that you're entitled to protection. I'll protect my family members. I'm going to protect the girl that I'm fucking before I protect a female who thinks less of me. I'll protect them before I protect a female who looks at me as pure shit, like straight up trash. But somehow they believe those same black men that they look at as trash should be the same ones protecting them out here. No, 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 no. That's not how the game goes. Especially when you're on social media claiming that you're strong, you're independent, you don't need a man, you got this. But okay, handle your business. But don't get mad. But don't get mad at us. But don't get mad at us when you don't got it. I'm just stating facts. Let's continue.
Protect. But when you're given the opportunity to provide and protect, you let us know. If you ain't getting coochie, you ain't doing nothing. I still believe the story. What?
Yeah, because you think that you think you could treat black men any kind of way, and yet you believe those same black men you treat any kind of way is entitled to protecting you. No, ma'am. Y'all claim y'all got this. Now handle your business. Let's continue.
Is really expose yourself and let us know that you are a coochie unless you getting some coochie payments.
Some would have came over there on the Captain Save-A-Hole side of the game.
Because he's saving that.
Oh my God, I hope you two don't hit me with a copyright.
It wouldn't have been about nothing, probably. Because first of all, for a man to hit you with a brick, that motherfucker crazy. Niggas don't do that. Don't even want the jail time. There's cameras everywhere. So what motherfucker come hit this broad with a brick? The lames gonna always fall for them stories about black men not being no good.
Straight up. And check this out too. It'd be those same lames, those same Captain Saber-hoes, those same simps who's gonna run to the defense. Believing that, oh, if I come and defend her honor, that increases my chance of me sleeping with her. But we all know the reality of the situation. Dude, you're just expendable. And yeah, there's a lot of simps out there with that mindset. And in the end, they still don't get none. Let's continue.
Rather than going out of our way and marching and protesting, and we're trying to justify the reason for why women should be hit or violated. The act of protecting women seems to go out of...
First off, it's not about justification. She put herself in that situation. She's going around acting like a man, going to men's faces, slapping them, and trying to start fights with them. As I recall, she the one put her hands on him, which resulted in him reacting in the way he did. A bottle to the face, not a brick, but a bottle. So no one's ain't justifying shit. Everyone is seeing it for what it is, while y'all retarded fucks want people to see things the way you like it to be. But let's continue.
Window when we actually need protection. The act of supporting and protecting black women is usually null and void in most cases. That when these things happen for black men, we organize. So don't be upset at the black women that are on the internet calling you out and saying that black men are the weakest link when things like this happen.
And don't start crying like a bitch when those same black men expose the bullshit and then clown your ass just because you sat there and believed the bullshit. Because that's exactly what is happening right now. Now y'all want to whine, cry about, oh, y'all not being protected. Oh, nobody cares about the black woman. You see, black women want to have it both ways. On one end, they want to be strong, independent, don't need a man, while on the other hand, they those those same black women who don't need a man still need a man to protect them. That right there tells you something. And the fact that she thinks that we're trying to justify the situation rather than showing the actual truth, that right there says a lot. That right there says a lot about her in general. But let's continue.
Black women actually need protection, or when women in general need protection, you all are usually nowhere to be found.
You want to know why? Because in the majority of cases, we see these black females out here getting themselves in these situations. And we've seen firsthand what happens in these situations. They got black men out here getting themselves murdered over what a black woman did. Yeah, you do have black females out here starting shit with the wrong people. Things escalated. He jumps in to defend her. Now he's no longer here on the face of the earth. But then y'all wonder why there's no men around to protect you. Why the men only going to protect the females that's close within his circle? Especially if she's going around starting shit with other people. But let's continue.
It's a mighty confident statement, grouping all men to acting like they will not defend the woman in their lives. First, men have to assess the situation, whether it is safe enough to intervene. One of the most dangerous situations for police officers are domestic disturbances, which could cost that officer's life.
After the girl got hit allegedly, even if you weren't like she lying, somebody should at least ask she okay. Somebody should at least call the police.
No, she was trying to fight with another. Yeah, she was trying to fight with another girl right there. We were trying to help her, call the police and stuff like that.
Is that when you already got a disdain for individuals, it don't matter what the hell they do, you gonna always double down on that disdain. We done showed you police report. I showed you the literally.
This is not aging well.
Reading from the documents.
But what if somebody had a gun on a girl? Am I gonna go over there and say, hey, leave her alone? No, I ain't doing I'm not dying for you. Like if it's my mother or something, big different. My wife, girlfriend that you're with, different.
Yeah.
But no, the guys stood around because they don't want to get hit with a brick.
Right.
So
shout out to Godfrey. I mean, straight up. But these were the same ones wanting to jump on him because over the fact that, listen, why should we protect a group of misandrous black females who thinks less of us, who thinks we're shit, who thinks we're trash? But then somehow they expect for those same men that they put down to protect them. I don't think so. Especially in a situation where they expect those same men that they put down and treat them like trash to put their fucking lives on the line over something that they put themselves into. Fuck out of here. Let's continue.
Why are we including them, the oppressors, the predators, to keep us safe? Sisters, get a gun. A Gemini.
Now when I hear these females telling other black females, go get a gun. When I hear that shit, I'm like, okay, get a gun, protect yourself. But it's what you do with that gun that worries the fuck out of me. Yeah, you claim that you got that gun for protection, But keep in mind, not everyone is wise enough to handle a gun. And suppose if they do listen to what she says, go get a gun, and somehow, this black dude who's not a threat, or anything like that, but she suspects that he's a threat, there's a pretty good chance she'll pull out that gun and and open fire. And yes, and yes, there's a story about that happening. By the way, a black female pulls out a gun and just shoot and just open fires at men, all because she believes in her own mind that she's threatened, not because she is actually in danger. But let's continue.
I am at a loss for words. I believe that people believe in Santa Claus more than they believe this one. The predators to keep us safe. Sisters, get a gun. I, a Gemini, am at a loss for words.
And that's supposed to mean what? I'm a Libra. But what does my horoscope got to do with this shit?
I believe that people believe in Santa Claus more than they believe this woman. Crazy to me, the effort that was put in to disprove this person.
Newsflash. Newsflash. Get this. You may believe in her, but just because you believe in what she's saying doesn't mean everybody has to agree with you. It's called difference of opinion. And what makes you believe that everyone has to fall in line with what you believe in, ma'am? I swear to God, these fools in their Borg-hive mindset. You should believe her because I believe her. I mean, straight up. Let's continue.
What does you having to be a Gemini have to do with any of this? Knowing your horoscope isn't going to allow you to correctly assess this situation.
Facts. Straight, hard facts. In fact, what does your horoscope got to do with anything that involves this situation? I'm a Gemini. I'm a Sagittarius. I'm a double. I'm a double Leo, house of the rising sun. No one gives a shit about your horoscope in this situation. But let's continue.
Logically and analytically. When you rely on your horoscopes, you're allowing your emotions to do the leading and the talking. Two bad outcomes.
The lames are just as bad as the jackers. The people who can be sold a story about somebody. All these men watch when somebody hit me with a brick. Come on, man.
I do want to highlight that questioned Brick Lady scammer and defended men, especially black men, in the process.
You guys went on a rampage and tarnished and diminished black men for assess this situation logically before they made any rapid judgments about who and how they should be protecting someone. Protect black women is not going to be taken serious until we can get black women to stop bandwagoning it onto black women who don't help us.
I want to know where y'all at right now, because I just do not like how hard y'all went and caused the gender war that was so unnecessary over a woman who was lying in your face. You didn't ask for no detail. You ain't asked for nothing.
I mean, and yeah, shout out to the black females who understand the situation. And keep in mind, Brick Lady is not even from the States. She's from a foreign country. So that right there has nothing to do with black females in this country. She has her own men to protect her if they want to. And another thing to keep in mind, Brick Lady is of the same sex. She don't deal with men. Yet you got females of the opposite sex believing like she's part of them. And keep in mind, I know foreigners from Africa. And keep in mind, I'm black. There are foreigners from Africa who don't even look at African Americans as one of them. And for what? Because I was born and raised in the States? But look how they all jumped on the bandwagon for this foreigner. Yeah, something to think about. Let's continue.
Y'all at? Stop allowing your blind allegiance from being weaponized against you.
Blind allegiance is a concept typically studied in the context of patriotism or group identification that characterized by an unquestioning positive regard towards a particular group that causes a person to defend the group even when its actions or morals are misguided.
There are men and women who have perfected manipulation and victimization. They know your triggers, they know your traumas, and they are just looking for opportunities to capitalize and monetize off of them.
Is she lying? No. This is actually happening. And yes, salute to everyone who opened their eyes in this situation instead of staying asleep and believing everything somebody tells them just because they say it. But let's continue.
Blind allegiance, extended inappropriately in any capacity, is detrimental. It doesn't matter if it's to a governing body, a religious organization, or even a person.
True colors were really seen when the women that called out Roe being a scammer or questioned her narrative, and the women that defended men in the process. These upstanding, stellar ladies were also under attack by the sinister sisterhood.
The moment you
Which further proves that no one disrespects black women more than other black women, but they want to complain when black men disrespect them. And we're not even the vast majority that's doing this shit to them. Let's continue.
guys started telling me to unalive myself, like you lost all respect. I'm sorry. Same women who call me misogynistic and say that I'm harmful to women are the same ones that are leaking my address. So who's the misogynist now? All I said was she was a liar, and that made you guys think, oh, she's a colorist. Oh, she's this. I grew up being raised by my brothers and my grandparents. I'm sorry if I sit here and stand with men. Y'all want people to be...
Well. Fancy that. Now they call it other black women misogynist. And what? And for what? Because she ain't gonna join their bandwagon. And salute to these black females that know what's up. They can clearly see past the bullshit, unlike the bandwagon riders who just eats everything they're fed. Let's continue.
bitter and crazy just like y'all, because you guys are bitter, psychotic, and have nothing else better to do.
Please don't apologize. Nobody wants that from you. Roe's attorney is coming for that.
Fuck you. That's your apology.
I sincerely hope that Roe's attorney makes you destitute. Unless Roe want to show you them hands, that is something that yes, deserve. You're not enough of a woman to actually admit when you've done something incredible. So let life you up.
So the sinister sisterhood may not be using physical force to inflict damage on people that disagree with them. So they'll use indirect ways to put their critics' lives in danger by revealing their address. Just because.
And this is the same sisterhood that that always whines and cries about they're not being protected. Oh, they're not being protected. Oh, we on our own. They don't. Oh, we on our own and all this type of shit. And this is the same, be the same sisterhood that's doxing people's information, sending death threats. But they supposed to be the victims, right? Right. Let's continue.
You didn't pull the trigger didn't mean you have a hand in inflicting damage.
When women, something go wrong, the narrative now is to say, black men are no good.
That we no longer can stand up and fight for black men, and instead we need to stand up and fight for ourselves. Black men are our predators. They are unaliving us every 5 hours.
Okay, let's cut the bullshit, ma'am. If that's the case, then black women are even bigger predators to black men. How many black men were deleted by the hands of you black females, or were deleted by the hands of other black men that were controlled by you black females? And don't say Uncle JD is full of shit, because we could clearly see it. Yeah, you got black men out here that will murder black females, but don't sit there and act like y'all hands are squeaky clean, black ladies. Either you'll murder a dude or get other dudes to murder someone else for you. So no, you got blood on your hands as well. Blood on your hands as well. Therefore, you yourself are predators as well. So miss us with that, oh, I'm a victim bullshit. Nobody's buying it.
Man, y'all embarrassing yourself. Y'all talking about the gods. But one day, when it's time to understand, I believe that there's a force that's not going to let you perpetrate. I believe if there is a God, he is watching, and when you perpetrate, it ain't going to work. So all you people who want to say something about a group of people like black men, where if you watch our history, especially in America alone, we've been victimized since we got here. We've been to blame of everything as long as we've been here. Your little boy, 1, 2, 3, 4 years old, will be blamed for all the failures in America. That innocent baby, once he get of age, it's his fault. Everything bad happening. Just like you did his daddy, a don't do him like that, because bitches are allowed to pull that shit and claim one.
Is Corey Holcomb lying about that? No. That's exactly what happened. And it's funny how they forget that we were in that same struggle too. I mean, our ancestors didn't come to the States. Oh, we come to the States, black men had it easy while they were going through slavery. No. All of our ancestors, black men, black women, black children, all of them were into slavery. There was no advantage over the other. So yeah, I do look at the shit that they're doing right now as an excuse. And yeah, let that black boy grow up to be a black man. Guess who's to blame for? Guess who's going to be to blame for all of that? Okay then, let's continue.
Womanhood as a weapon. Just claim womanhood as a weapon. They ain't never claiming womanhood for nothing but to weaponize against the brothers. Oh, he say bitch all the time. I got the receipts to show I help my people. Where you?
Same here. And yet, notice how they easily triggered by the term bitch, even though is used more by other black females more than black men. I'm just throwing that out there. Let's continue.
Receipts. Your receipts are going to claim you only took from the hood. You only took from the hood. You took court cases. You did everything that was bad in the hood, but claim innocent victim.
I mean, comedian Gottfried asked some questions and they tried to cancel him. He has a podcast. His job is to have conversations, but they wanted that man canceled.
I was returning a lot of fire back at a lot of people. You're just angry women that hate men. I believe somebody is a fraud. You're mad at me? It's these bitter...
Facts. They're just angry women that hate men while crying about, oh, the men hate us. I believe not just my college instructor, but I hear everyone else say, you get back what you give out tenfold. You want to show your hatred for your own race of men? What do you think is going to happen? That same energy is going to come back on them tenfold. Let's continue.
Chicks, man.
Mr. Black women are disrespected, Godfrey. That there's no way.
But I think she lied.
I'm not even going to go that far. Let's continue.
And then girls like, how dare you? You black men, blah, 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 blah. If this woman is lying and taking people's money, you and then blaming black men and putting us in trouble for her own gains, I said, I will Bruce Lee sidekick you in the back. She would have been crying with a hump on her back. He did it to me. It was me. She slapped me, and then I Bruce Lee in Return of the Dragon kicked her in her spine. You have disrespected me, my family, and the Shaolin Temple.
Black women are being disrespected. Black women have no reason to lie. Adding to the pylon. No one was stolen from. People wanted to...
Wherever you say, Baldy. Oh, I end up going there after all.
Give her money to help her.
The comments when you asked a question on any social media forum about this, you were treated like the devil in disguise. But I just have one question that I want to ask, because the dust is settled, and y'all have all crawled back into your holes, and ain't none of y'all taking any accountability. Like the Godfather said, accountability is kryptonite, but not only to women, to simps, and to people without a spine also.
There is no...
I mean, exactly. They don't want to take accountability themselves, but they want to whine, cry, bitch, and moan about black men not accepting accountability. The hypocrisy is real. They want to cry, bitch, and moan about, oh, black men need to take accountability, while they themselves are avoiding it like the plague. Out the gate, but let's continue.
Changing the mind of a person that feels this much hatred in their heart towards black women.
Ma'am, y'all show y'all hatred for black men as well, so miss us with your retarded fuck shit. Yeah, y'all want to show y'all hatred for black women while we show our hatred for black men, but don't pay attention to our hatred of black men. No, you need to focus on on the hatred of black women. First off, have several seats. Shut the fuck up forever, hypocrite. Let's continue.
The only thing that you can do is refuse to support men like Olin and men like Godfrey.
We need to cancel Godfrey. He's a comedian. He has a lot of followers. He needs to be addressed. Ain't nobody getting away with it.
Because I'm a nobody.
Ain't no sneak watching.
Godfrey needs to go to jail or prison or county.
For what? To go to prison because...
For what?
You said something. Because I said something. That was clearly a joke. As much...
I swear to God, by the way those black females talk, you would have thought that they are live from communist China or communist North Korea. Oh, you need to go to jail because of what you said. Really? I can't take them seriously.
I speak up for you guys, black women. I speak up for you all the time. All the say, and then the one thing, you really aren't really with me like that then. You was really on some bull at first, because you ever get those people that really don't like...
And that's the crazy part too. They want to go after black men who actually that takes more time sticking up to them than going against them. But at the moment they turn around and disagree with what is going on. Now they want to gang up on this dude. This is why Sims don't want to correct that. I ain't gonna lie. This is the reason why most Sims don't want to ain't gonna correct the females in their circle for fear that those same females would turn around and attack them in the process. But let's continue.
You and they waiting for something to happen. These trash vermin, low life and chasing scavenger, bottom of the sea eating Hollywood squares of ghetto cockroaches. Trash squares. Trash. Yeah, it was trash squares.
So Rhoda has been since charged with falsifying an assault and also raising funds via GoFundMe under false pretenses. So I've been getting a bunch of comments asking if I'm going to apologize to Godfrey, and I've got bad news for you. I'm about to double down hard.
Then let us double down hard by saying this. Don't talk to us about accountability when you run like a little bitch when it's time for you to be held accountable. What did Lauryn Hill say? Hypocrites always want to play innocent, always want to take things to the full out extent, always want to make things seem like good intent, but never want to face it when it's time for punishment. And I know y'all don't want to hear my opinion, but how many paths do you must choose one? And if you don't change soon, the rain soon comes. You might win some, but you just lost one.
Holy Jesus. What is your major malfunction, numbnuts?
But back to this question I want to ask. And I want you to think really hard about it. And I want you to just let it settle in and just let it sink to the bottom of your soul and just let you understand how wrong could you possibly be about a situation. When you came out there and you tried to make excuses when the jig was up. You tried to make excuses to make yourself feel better. And so then I come back to this one question. And the question is this simple. For all of you fools, for all of you people who are bamboozled, how does it feel to be so confident, so absolutely sure and steadfast, yet be so wrong at the same time?
Exactly. Now, as I stated earlier, when the truth finally comes out, those same ones who want to whine, bitch, moan, and complain about accountability, they don't want to take accountability. No, they want to go down with the sinking ship. But these are the same ones who cry and bitch about, accountability. At this point, Uncle JD says this. I don't want to hear nobody cry, bitch, and moan about accountability if they came and fess up to their own fuck up. By the end of the day, the brick lady not only was exposed for lying, but was also a scam artist. But the same ones who was in support of her, those same ones who wants to talk about, men don't want to accept accountability and all that other BS, these are the same women who can't even handle admitting when they were wrong when the truth actually comes out. They don't want to accept accountability themselves, but they want to cry, bitch, and moan about accountability. At this point, I ain't even trying to hear it. Don't talk to me about accountability when you can't even be accountable enough to admit that you're the one who screwed up. And they wonder why they're in the position that they're in right now. Surprise, surprise, they can't believe their eyes. But they believe the lie, which now led to broken tides, and they wonder why they in this predicament. They wonder why they feel, they wonder why they feel so unprotected. They wonder why why nobody wants accountability anymore. Congratulations, ladies, you brought this shit on yourselves. And what's worse, you let a foreigner who is same sex gas your head up and cause even more division amongst your own men. What did DJ Khaled said? Congratulations, y'all played yourselves. And with that, I'm done. If y'all want to watch the rest of the video in its entirety, I'll leave the link to both THPP Network's full video in the description box, as well as Corey Holcomb's full video in the description box as well. Go check them out. Tell them JD Miles sent you. But at this point, I said what I had to say. I'm done. About to sleep off my drunkenness, and I'm out this bitch later.